Welcome back to Terraria Minus Two. We're gonna do the Pumpkin Moon once more. I still have another Pumpkin Moon Medallion, right? Yeah, I've got a couple of them. And pretty much use the same build as last time. I'm going to, at the beginning, rather than having the Warding Star Veil, I'm going to have the Angry Avenger emblem, which means that my weapons will be doing even more damage. And then as we get into later waves and I start taking some damage, I'm going to switch back to the Warding Star Veil to get my defense from 68 to 72, and as I'm taking damage, the stars will fall and that'll also deal more damage, and so I think that'll work out pretty well, hopefully. But in any case, yeah, it's still a couple of minutes until it's time for that, and so I'll see you then. Okay, Pumpkin Moon in 4 seconds. There we go. Let's try to do as much damage as we can. So I'll get the flare on out here, shooting little bubbles. I never rework the traps. The traps are not particularly effective, but that's okay. They're good enough for now. And I've got my little bit more damage build going with the Avenger emblem. And so we tore through wave 1 in no time flat, which is great. Wave 2 also went by very quickly. Alright, wave 4, now I'm going to buff. Wrath potions will give me even more damage. And that'll be useful as, yes, we have the arrival of the Morning Wood. And so I'm going to wail on him with the flare on. And then come back here, and now I could actually enjoy some honey for a little bit of regeneration buff. Alright, but he has died, and let's see. There's another Morning Wood over here. I have taken some damage. So I should consider going and picking up some hearts down there. Yeah, I'm still doing okay for the moment. We'll wait until I get into more trouble to actually go and pick up all of those hearts that I see sitting down there. Okay, now we got 2 Morning Woods, but there's more hearts. So let me pick up some of those. And let me also have a rainbow out, just to be dealing a little bit of extra damage. Okay, now I definitely need the hearts. So let's go down here and grab them. Great. And my honey buff's gonna run out in 7 seconds, so I'll hop back in the honey. Alright, wave 7, okay, there's our first pumpkin. So, I'd like to focus on him a bit. So we'll try to get him kind of away from the other bad guys. Out here in the dark. Got lots of movement speed. Oh, and I should switch to my armor set after I kill this guy. Okay. We're gonna go back to the more armor build. A little bit less damage, that's okay. It's important to stay alive. I still see a lot of hearts on the ground. Where's the next pumpkin? There he is, okay. So let's go after another one of these guys. They are the big kahuna. And let's get a rainbow gun out, because I keep forgetting to do that. And ideally, I'm gonna have this guy standing in it. Oh boy, taking a lot of damage. Okay, there's gonna be a big pile of hearts down here, and I need them. More hearts, please. Alright, I think I'd better go. Okay, I picked up a little bit more hearts there. I want to get this just somewhere. And here's a few more hearts. Okay. We're in pretty good shape, and I can always heal if I need to. I keep forgetting about that. I do have healing potions. Okay. We're doing fine, doing fine. I'm gonna need another well-fed buff in a short period of time here. Also need the honey once again. Alright, we're dealing tons of damage to the pumpkin, so that's great. There's some more hearts. Alright, well-fed buff is about to run out. There's a big pile of hearts down there. Let's get this thing going. Let's go into some hearts. Try to bring this guy back down into the rainbow. Taste the rainbow! Alright, let's get a new one going. There we go. The music in this event is very chill. It's kind of slow and kind of appropriate for kind of the pace of where I'm at right now, given the amount of... Alright, it's time for me to buff. Given the amount of damage that I can cause. Alright, we need the rainbow. Picked up some more hearts. I still need some more hearts, so we'll grab those. Alright, but I've been still doing okay. I haven't used a healing potion yet. And so perhaps I could keep the more damage build going for a longer period of time. There's a bunch of hearts. Alright, there's a few more hearts out there. More bad guys. But yeah, I could probably wear the Avenger emblem a little bit longer. Okay, I'm gonna buff again, because I've lost some of my buffs. Hearts are doing fine. I'm not doing a good job of keeping the rainbow out somewhere. Kind of doesn't matter a whole lot where. Just so long as it's out there somewhere, dealing some damage to some guys. It's kind of a waste not to. New rainbow. Okay, oh boy, heal. Ouch. Alright, somebody just died and left me some hearts. I haven't touched the honey in a while, and so I ought to be doing that better. There should be some hearts up on the roof, but here's some hearts over here, so I'm gonna grab them, and then I need the other hearts too, so let's grab these. And I've completely lost track of what wave we are currently in. So hopefully I'm doing well. Wave 12. Alright, last time I think we got to wave 13. And it seems like we're about on the same pace this time around. I would love to do better. We do what we can. Because we must. Scratch that, reverse it. Alright, and I see some hearts down there that I would love to get to. Okay, let's quickly get another rainbow going. Okay, let's try to get to these hearts. Did I get enough of them to stay alive? Probably not. I'm probably gonna need to heal. Heal. Alright, healing potion, good. We've got some hearts on the roof. I can come back for them later. And here's a few more hearts that I will go ahead and grab now. There's some hearts down there, so I'm gonna grab the hearts on the roof. Okay, so the good news is, still staying alive, just fine. The only thing is I'm not dealing quite enough damage. And if I were a little bit better at managing these two weapons... Oh boy, I need the... Where did I leave the hearts? I think they were down here. Yes, there they are. Okay, good. And there are some hearts underneath. Wave 13, that's good. So if I get to them, that would be great. Oh boy. Alright, get to these hearts. There we go, that helps. And let's try buffing again, because I'm not sure where we are on that. A lot of pumpkins. Let's try to get a rainbow going through a bunch of them, maybe. Or them going through the rainbow, as the case may be. That's right, fly through it. Oh boy, I'm struggling a little bit. Alright, there's some more hearts. I need those hearts, thank you. Oh, that was close. That was as close as I've come to death so far in this night's event. And I still have 1 minute left on my magic buffy thing. And apparently I picked up a one of those pets again, because I see him flying around. Alright, but I think it's just about to be daytime. Gonna make sure I have some more healing from the honey going on. I don't see any more pumpkins arriving. Which makes me wonder if we kind of reached the end of the night, or if I just need to kill off a bunch more morning woods. Oh boy. Let's get some hearts, please. Thank you. Wave 14 came on the screen. But just like that, it was over. Gonna go ahead and kill this guy off. Alright. Well, we did well. If we want to quantify how well we did, I suppose I could open up my inventory and check on what drops I have. First off, let me pick up all of this. And I think I started out with basically no money when I came out here, so whatever money we got is also kind of like the spoils of the event. So I managed to get a platinum and 30 gold, that's very nice. Scarecrow pants, a bunch of spooky wood, the cursed sapling, who's the little pet. Unpleasant steak launcher. Hey! Unpleasant to the modifier, so the P there doesn't matter. Steak launcher does not have a P and does not have a D. So this is another weapon that I could use that shoots steaks, so that's very cool. Frenzying candy corn rifle. Candy corn rifle. Candy has a D, so I can't use that thing. That's too bad, because I think it shoots like bouncing bullets or something. I've seen it in someone else's Let's Play. Still no Raven Staff. That's the thing I really wanted, and also like no Pumpkin trophies and things. So we still need to try to push farther into this event. We could also switch to the Frost Moon as another thing that I ought to consider. But let me go ahead and sell off some of the excess, and we'll see what to do next. At this point, I have like 2,000 spooky wood, and so I would like to go ahead and see. I'm pretty sure that will be enough to craft the spooky armor. Let me talk to the guide about this once again. And where is the spooky armor? Here it is. 200, 300, 250. Yes. And do I craft that? I forgot to look. At a workbench? Yes. So let's go ahead and craft that now. I just want to kind of try it out. It's going to have way less defense. But it would allow us to have more minions, and if we had better minions, that could be really useful. And so right now, let's see, I still have an iron skin potion. Oh, it just ran out. Perfect. So I'm at 72 defense with this armor set. Well, armor and accessories. And if I switch into the spooky wood, I end up with 42 defense. Oh boy. So that's a huge drop of defense. I would be getting annihilated unless I can afford to get away. But now, I forget how many of these guys I can get. Apparently it's 4, just with this armor set, and then I could also do the necromantic scroll. And just because I've never tried it out, I'm going to try it out now. And so now, I could have 5 of these guys going around. And I'm just curious to see, these guys still are not very strong. I mean, 19 summon damage is not very strong, but I'm curious to see kind of how much damage they do. So let's just go find some bad guys to fight and see how much work they do with the spooky armor on. I'm also curious to see how much damage I take, because even just going down into like the underground corruption, I still sometimes get myself into trouble. I can still use other weapons while these guys are out, so that's not bad. Let's take a quick look over here. I think it's unlikely that we'll find truffle worms over here. Well, these guys shoot really fast, but they don't do a whole lot of damage. Alright, they managed to kill one guy. But yeah, what I really need is like the Raven Staff, because that is another summoning item that I can use. It doesn't contain the letter P or the letter D, and that's why I wanted to fight the pumpkin so badly. But yeah, even like one armored skeleton, or whatever this guy's called. Yeah, armored skeleton. Yeah, these guys are not dealing a whole ton of damage to him. Basically, these guys standing around for a few minutes is about equivalent to me swinging this weapon once. And also, let's see how much damage I'm taking as I get into an area with a bunch of enemies, and see if I can manage to stay alive or not. And since I just happened to come down here, almost on autopilot, we'll at least check out and see if we see any truffle worms, since that's the main reason I come through here all the time. I do have a campfire down here now. That'll help keep me alive a little bit more. Actually, this armor could be really good for fishing, because when I'm fishing, I just kind of stand around. Yeah, let's actually go try that out. Let's go find out what the fishing quest of the day is, and see how it works. Although with fishing, I wouldn't be wearing the armor, I'd be wearing the fishing set. Oh, there's Truffle Worm. You see him? He's down here, and I don't have this thing on my bar. Now I do. Okay, here goes nothing. Truffle Worm, got him. Oh, we're almost dead. Heal. Let's get out of here. Okay, so this armor does not offer a whole lot of protection. Yeah, with a better summoning thing, I'll be curious to try it out. but I don't know that I'm good enough at dodging. I guess if I had everything on warding, because right now I have menacing, armored. Right, I only have 7 defense out of my accessories. If I wore the spooky armor set and had 20 defense from everything being warding, then that would be like another 13. That would get me back up to like 50 armor or something. I don't know. Things to think about. I'm interested to see how a kind of impromptu Plantera battle will go. I'm going to use some potions just because I don't really have any kind of arena setup. But I have a feeling that even just without any kind of good space to fight, that Plantera will go down rather swiftly. So we'll see how that goes. So far, so good. And Plantera does have a kind of summoning weapon drop that I would like to get. Okay, we're already in stage 2. Very nice. I wonder, can I get this thing? And not really. Alright, I am going to need a healing potion, so let's heal. And unfortunately, with all of its little hands, Plantera is actually harder to hit with this weapon. Oh boy, I'm in trouble. What else can I do? I can't really think of anything right now. Let's just hope Plantera goes down. Shoo! Okay, I was getting close there. Murderous Nettle Burst. That's the upgraded Vile Thorn, I do believe. Murderous is the modifier, so the D doesn't matter. Nettle Burst does not have a P, and it does not have a D. So I could use this weapon. That's pretty nice. I really like the Vile Thorn, and so that's a handy one just to kind of have around. I did not get the weapon that I wanted, but the good news is, with some basic buffs, even without an arena, Plantera is pretty easy to take down. But hopefully, we will eventually get the other summoner drop. And then if I can get lucky and get the Raven Staff and the Pumpkin Moon, then I'm hoping for great things. And eventually we'll have to try out the Frost Moon as well. In any case, that's all the time I have recording for right now. So I hope that you guys enjoyed it. I hope that you guys are having a great day, and I'll see you again with more Terraria Minus Two, where we see just how far we can press without ever using damage items containing the letter P or the letter D. It's a ridiculous, arbitrary restriction that ended up making the game a whole lot of fun for me, and I hope that you guys have been enjoying it as well. Bye-bye.